went down to that river, washed my sins away. Pray, 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 and pray for another day. I went down to that river, washed my sins for free. The devil's on the other bank, staring back at me. I'm a dead man walking, I'm a dead man walking, I'm a dead man. Another nail in my coffin, another nail for me. I gotta look pretty when I go down. Another nail in my coffin, can't you spare one more? I gotta look pretty when I'm knocking down heaven's door. I'm a dead man walking, I'm a dead man walking, I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking, I'm a dead man walking, I'm a dead man.
Well, it's the opening day of bear season. I couldn't be more excited or more ready for this. So, climbing up this mountain right now. Same mountain I shot my buck at last fall. A lot less snow than I expected, but the elevation, the terrain, the steepness doesn't make it any easier. But we're in a good position right now to come across the bear here in the next 250 miles. I'm sweating pretty hard already. I just started my hunt for the day. Trying to keep an eye out for sheds, for rubs, for tracks. Beautiful day to be out in the woods. Beautiful opening day. Yep. Let's go find us a bear. I'm running out of breath. I still have a lot more to go today. I'll try to get up as high as I can. I got the crampons with me today, so if I encounter some snow or ice, ooh, that's a good sign there's fall bear crap. Yep, there's bears live here. That's a good bear. Why he'd be right here though in the fall, who knows? But I'll mark that on my phone and make sure I keep this option open if I ever fall bear hunt. My goal is to fill a tag every spring, so I may never bear hunt in the fall. I don't know. Beautiful day to be out, man. I'm excited. Nice and cool, crisp. It's about 25 degrees at the truck. I'm not sure what my thermometer says. Well, I just glassed up some does, a couple bucks with them. Small bucks, but, well, I mean, they're in velvet, so they could get big, I guess. Can't really tell this time of year how big they're going to be, but a couple bucks and does glassed up already. Tried to get a video with the Canon and barely got a couple seconds and said the battery's dead, even though I'm positive I charged it a week ago. I don't know. So put the battery in my pocket. Hopefully it's just cold, needs to warm up. Well, I've been glassing for about 45 minutes or so. Half an hour, 45 minutes. Just had lunch. Haven't glassed up anything yet. I'm about 5,000 feet. The highway down at the bottom is about 3,000, I don't know, three and a half, somewhere around there. But I climbed about 1,500 feet. And still a lot of snow here. Not much for grass, not much for green, anything. Something did spook right here underneath me, and I'm not sure if it's because the wind switched or if there's something else down there. Maybe there's a bear down there. But I am sitting on the south-facing slope right now, and I'm glassing across at another south-facing face, and not green, not really green at all. My buddy Justin is right across on the next mountain range from me. I have no idea exactly where he's at. I can't see him, but he's somewhere over there. But I'm gonna sit here and glass a little bit more, put on some more clothing. I've sweated up quite the storm, so I'm trying to dry out. And I'm gonna come up with something today, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure if I should go up higher into the snow or if I should go down lower. You know, under 5,000 feet. Might be a little bit too high, but we'll see. This may have been what I heard earlier. Looks like a pretty big bull elk ran up this hill. I heard it running down, so these are probably older tracks. But huge bull. Probably a moose. Well, I don't know, probably a big elk. The scat looks kind of dark, so I'm guessing it's an elk. I'm about 5,000 feet right now. But look how big that is. Pretty big elk, and I have big hands. So I just found a bunch of moose scat over there and tracks, and then come over here and there's rubs right here. This moose has been rubbing pretty thoroughly in this bottom. We're actually still pretty high up. This is just kind of like the head of the creek. It's just pouring out of the mountain somewhere. Maybe somewhere in here is a moose paddle. Well, it's starting to head back. No sheds, no bears. Just saw a big moose a couple times. A bunch of mule deer. Some had antlers growing, so it's a good day. No sheds, I can't believe it. I covered so much ground today, I thought for sure there'd be sheds. I'm at least 6 miles in now today. Got up really high, and now I'm down pretty low again. A lot of moose sign, rubs, elk crap everywhere. So, plenty of critters here, just no bears yet. Might be a little early yet. Alright, well I just went out for a drive with the wife to check out some spots, see if the roads are drivable or not. And went to some of my glassing spots and immediately glassed up some elk up there on that mountain. So if there's elk and there's grass, then there might be bears up there too. So we'll give it a couple minutes and check it all over before we bounce around to a different spot.
Went down to that water, I washed my sins away. The world faded away as I went down, 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 down. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man walking. I'm a dead man.
Well, I drove to another spot, started glassing some of these openings here, and glassed up an elk over there in that clearing. I was kind of hoping to find some bears in some of these pockets and some of these pockets, but nothing but an elk over there. Can't see too much more action there. I can see one elk for sure. There might be a few more in there. They're not really moving, so hard to tell. Well, Justin and I are up at the top of the mountain and finally saw some sign of wildlife up here. Glassed up like 7 mule deer across the canyon, about 600 yards away. And just watching them. Got socked in a little bit with the snow and the rain. But awesome day to be out. Excited to find some more wildlife. Beautiful area. It looks super promising, so now we're just having lunch and glassing. Heard something down over the cliff edge. Something tumbling rocks or hitting rocks. We never did see it, but did some phone calls and stuff and nothing ever came out to where we could see it. So Could have been a bear, could have been a wolf, mountain lion, coyote, who knows. But just trying to stay dry and trying to find some critters. Beautiful area. My wife made these last night.
I was making banana bread. You ready?
Oh, my back is sitting down on it. Yeah. Look at the footage I'm getting.
Oh, beautiful. Reindeer terrain.
just spent like 2 hours glassing. Nothing, not a sign of a bear anywhere. I've got probably 2-3 miles view in front of me. So definitely more than enough for a day's walk. And still nothing, no bears. Saw one mule deer way up at the top on the north face. Kind of weird, but whatever. No elk, no other deer, nothing. So kind of odd. I'm not really sure where to go or where to start. Or the wind keeps swirling, so I don't want to keep walking around and just blow my scent everywhere in this canyon. So not too sure exactly what to do. The wind kind of died down, so maybe I'll start heading back and actually hit up the area that I wanted to glass, but couldn't because the wind swirled. So let's try. I guess I'll try that. Making my way back now. Spooked a pretty good bear. I'm not sure exactly how big it was, but I got some video of it running. I heard some rock smashing. Kind of sounded like antlers hitting rocks. I mean, exactly like the other day in that same canyon. So I was like, oh, maybe it's a moose, maybe it's an elk, maybe something with antlers is beating something up, and maybe the antlers are going to fall off. And I can get it on video, or I can go get them or something. But I figured if it's something about to shed, I'll just sneak in and get a good view. And if it gets spooked, maybe it'll shake him off. Well, because of that, I wasn't really trying to be super quiet. Not like I could, because it was so steep. It was so steep and so rocky and dry. Everything was crunchy and just didn't work out very well. But I ended up making a lot of noise, and the bear heard me and started running before I ever got a chance to see it. And so when I finally saw it, it was already running. And it ran downhill kind of slowly, but because it was on like a rock slide, I figure can't cover that ground too fast, but got off the rock slide, and then it just ran down the creek bottom all the way down the creek bottom, and I lost sight of it. tried to get a better view and made a whole bunch of noise trying to get closer, trying to see it, but completely lost that bear. I sat there for, I don't know, an hour and a half probably. I called with a fawn in distress call. I sat there and glassed, and I had the cameras out thinking it might just pop out 1 second and I'll get a video of it, but never showed up. So don't know why that bear was in such a hurry, but we'll be back in here. There's always more. Awesome day in the bear woods. I'm excited to have another close encounter with the bear kind. Today hasn't been a super productive day. I went to go check out one of my spots. Well, actually a friend of mine's spot, and looked pretty promising, but man, it was hot. It was like, felt like 78 probably degrees, 79 degrees. So now I'm kind of here on this north side in the shade, a little bit cooler, 70, 71 maybe. But it was way too hot, and I didn't really think a bear would be out. I saw a stump that I thought was like 99% sure it was a bear, and blasted a little bit longer and got a little closer, and it just was not moving at all. So I'm not really seeing evidence or sign of bears anywhere around here, so I'm not too sure what to do. I'll probably meet up with Justin later tonight at the other spot and maybe see if I can get that bear again, or whoever sees that bear first, take a shot at that bear. So I'm gonna head out, go somewhere else. Back at that other spot. The wind's swirling a little bit, but we're still going for it. This is where I saw a big bear a few days ago, and Justin saw some bears. So hopefully we're gonna see something today. Might have a long night of packing.
Throw those way down there away from me.
Okay, hitting up another spot today, a new spot for me. I got my friend Nick with me today. Nick's a first-time bear hunter, so hopefully we run into something today. We got a little bit of a rainy day today, but lots of potential in here because snow's melting off as you get higher, and then grass is coming in a little bit here and there. So we got up to about 5,500 feet, and still quite a bit of snow up here, sadly. But I got up to the spot I've been wanting to check out for months now, and it looks like really good bear country, if only it was just a little bit more greener. Well, we got to a point where you could see pretty far, but looks like our little cloud friend is coming in here and absolutely covering up everything we can see, so we might have to wait this one out. Went for a walk at a different spot. Never been here before either, but found some bear scat, so that's good. First bear scat of the season for me. I'm pretty excited about that. Now we got to a creek crossing that's a little bit too wide for us right now. We could probably find a way over, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. The road doesn't go that far, but we'll think about it. But so far it's a good sign. We saw a bear sign that's fresh, probably today's or yesterday's, maybe the day before, but it's pretty fresh. I'm in a new area today. Never been here before. Climbing up this rock. Climbing up this rock scree here. Trying to get to a vantage point to see a bear. Looks pretty promising. A pretty good looking area on the map, at least. Oh, a lot of rock. Very steep and a lot of rock, but bears like rocks, I think, and a lot of rain too. I kind of picked this area out. It's like almost a 2-hour drive from my place. Picked this area out because the forecast seemed to show less rain here than anywhere else within 2 hours. So then I got here and it's raining, so. And it doesn't look like it's going to let up anytime soon, despite the forecast saying it's not supposed to be raining all day. So, got the rain jacket on. Might get a little wet, but that's spring bear hunting for you, so we're going to make the best of it. Man. Oh, what a place. Trying to get up high. A little bit more to go. Well, I've been glassing for about an hour now. I haven't seen anything. Not even the mule deer. So I saw a couple mule deer down at the bottom before I got up here, and now I can't see any deer at all. I got a pretty good vantage point where I'm at. Got about a 2,000 yard summit away from me, and the closest shot I would have would be about 350, which is great. And a lot of roads and trails that I could cut across and get close to something if I needed to. And then across the drainage, I have another little knob that's probably, oh, I don't know, 1,500, 1,800 yards away to the summit. And Closest shot would be about 900 yards. So, a lot of country here. I'm just not seeing anything. Not sure why. But I had lunch. I had some candy. Lighten up my load a little bit. Some water. I was profusely sweating getting up here, so it was nice to finally dry off and cool down. But I'm starting to get cold, so I'm thinking I'm gonna walk these roads and try to get it to a different glassing spot. My original goal was to get further down the canyon, but before I even got there, I figured I should probably sit here for a bit and watch this before I blow anything out of here. But so far nothing, sadly. Looks like a great area. I would not mind coming back. There's a spot down there that I was just bushwhacking through that it was just miserable. I was just second guessing my spot choice because I've never been here before. Somehow got stuck in that stuff, but now I'm out in the more open areas. I really like it. A lot of flowers, a lot of grass, a lot of green, no snow anywhere at all, so I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna give it a good honest effort today. This is why I make sure all my stuff is waterproof. About 5 minutes ago, it was super sunny and warm. And now everything is drenched. That's why I carry scope caps. I try to waterproof my pack. The inReach is waterproof. Everything inside is in waterproof baggies. So I don't have to worry about anything. All my lights, my headlamps, phone, everything's waterproof. Because literally 5 minutes ago it was nice and sunny. Well, I've been glassing this drainage for a few hours now. Probably 2-3 hours, somewhere in there. I moved from glassing the other one and moved over here, and this one's just as empty as that other one, so don't understand why I'm not seeing anything. This looks like the absolute perfect bear spot. You have logged areas, you have burned areas, you have super thick areas, you have clear cuts, you have openings, you have so much water in any kind of drainage direction you can think of. There's cliffs, there's rocks, there's slides, there's grass, there's ticks, there's stumps, there's I don't even know. I don't know how to explain it. I mean, this place looks perfect from my experience, in my opinion, but yeah, I spent a whole day here and haven't seen much for bear sign at all. I thought I saw 2 piles of fresh fall bear crap, not spring bear crap, but now after sitting here all day, I'm starting to question my judgment of what that was. It almost looks like there's no bears in this entire valley, but it's a pretty big mountain here behind me for this area, so I would think all the bears would be, near this area. But who knows? I'm gonna stay here till it gets dark, and then we'll see. I'll walk out and hopefully bump something. It's getting pretty cold though. Starting to make my way back. Nothing came into the call yet, but it just got way too cold to keep sitting there, so I had to get moving. But clouds are coming in. Looks like probably gonna have some rain here in a few minutes, but I'm still hopeful I might see a bear on the way down. I got a few more miles to go though before I get back to the Jeep. So I got the headlamp on because I'm probably gonna get back in the dark. Don't know, it just depends how fast I walk. Beautiful country though. No regrets coming out here. Explored a new spot, and I literally just picked this spot on the map last night before bed. And I am blown away by this place. I can't wait to be back. I mean, yeah, it'd be even better if I saw some animals in here, but just a couple mule deer. But blown away. I love this place. Just trying to warm up now. Yeah, another day in the woods, in the mountains. Didn't see any bears, but it ain't always like that, you know. It ain't always you just go in and kill something first day. New spot, never been there, and just shoot a monster. So that's okay. I'll find me a bear soon. Look at this country. Well, I just got a ride back. 4 dudes in a Dodge pickup drove by me way up at the top. And I don't want to drive the vehicle up that high because I don't want to spook anything out. So I try to stay quiet, started way down at the bottom here. And boy, that is just nuts. I mean, coming down, it wasn't so bad, but it was just crazy how much I hiked today, how high I got on foot. I mean, it was a long drive back, just sitting in the back of the truck on the bed. But that saved me a few miles, probably 3-4 miles in hiking back. So I'm pretty grateful. Didn't need my headlamp after all. Well, Justin and I went out to a new spot today, at least new for me. Just glassed up our first bear of the night. Way across the canyon, across the highway. Run that ridge. Run that ridge. That's not that far from there. No cubs. Man, that's a long way. But gotta do what you gotta do. Well, we're hiking back out. The bear I glassed up is inaccessible for tonight. Way too far. And it's on a piece of land that might be a little difficult to access, but we'll have to go home and do some research. Maybe find a way in and make it happen one of these days. But bear looks pretty comfortable, not moving around too much. Probably spent half an hour to 45 minutes in one general area, so could be pretty good. Just looks like a really steep mountain to get up and down from. Might have to get into some water. We'll see. We'll make it happen. Just left the car. I'm not sure how many miles I have left to go, but I did find a spot where I could drive over the creek with the car. So that pretty much solves the water issue. It was a pretty fast big creek, so the horses might do it, but for a person it would be pretty challenging with meat on. But got over the creek and wasn't able to drive too far before I hit a gate down at the bottom, so but either way that's a good start. So I have a pretty good long hike, a few miles ahead of me, but I started at first light, so I got a full day. I gotta make this happen today. But I'm excited. I couldn't sleep. I was so excited. Got home about 10:30 and woke back up at 4 o'clock. So barely ate anything and I barely packed any food, so I can't be out here too long. Great start though. I'm excited. Now let's glass that right there. Found some mule deer up here. That's a good sign, I guess. The bear should be on the other side of me right now. Well, that's where it was last night. We'll see. Not finding any sign of bear down on the south face. Kind of weird. No tracks in the mud, no scat, nothing eaten or anything like that, so kind of odd. Been glassing since like 7:30 in the morning. It's like 10:30, 3 hours. It's been 3 hours sitting here waiting for a bear. I kind of went up a little bit, went down, went up, went down. Trying to figure out exactly where that bear was. I'm pretty sure that bear was about 40, 50 yards to my right last night. And the wind is going right to me from that area, so could be good, but I couldn't get further away without blocking my view, and it's already pretty blocked. So I don't know what to do, but I'm just gonna sit here really, really still, really quiet, and hope that bear comes in tonight. I got a long day ahead of me if I have to wait till dark. Not super excited about that, but what are you gonna do? It's getting down to the wire. Hopefully that bear didn't get spooked off. The wind's been really good all morning, but it's been blowing that way, so if that bear was bedded down there or eating down there this morning, then maybe I scared it off, I don't know, but wind's been really steady and I've been trying to play the wind really carefully, so it's all set up for a good, it's a good setup right now. Well, update. I just saw that bear and sadly he saw me too. I decided to call it quits at noon because my wife and I are trying to go have some camping trips and road trips and stuff this weekend, and figured I was going to sit till noon, and so I sat till about 11:55, got up, started packing up, and I thought, instead of hiking back, I'm so close to where that bear was, let me just go like sneak in there and see if there's a bear there, because I just couldn't see exactly that whole opening. I didn't think there was a bear in there, but I still tried really hard to be quiet, and before I could even get through the trees to get to that other opening, the bear saw me and bolted. I mean, all you hear is just huffing and branches breaking. And I ran after it, and of course it was so thick, and I have no idea where that bear ran. It was just like so loud, and then all of a sudden just dead silence. No idea where, if it went up, if it went down, if it circled around me or what. no tracks. Obviously, there's just dry dirt everywhere. It really freaking sucks because that bear probably would have come out this evening if I just waited long enough, but I had to call it quits and go home. So I'm really bummed out. I'm not sure if I could get a bear this season. The way things are going this late in the season, and then this weekend I'm busy, so that really sucks, but I guess that's the reality of hunting. But I did get some good close calls with bears. I just seem to be spooking the big ones. Not sure how to fix that. But now I'm hiking back. I got a long hike ahead of me, a few miles. Get back to the car, and then I'm going home for the night. So I'm back out hunting. Last night I just went for a drive after work. Covered probably 100 miles in the car. And saw one elk, a few deer, all whitetails, no bears. But today I'm back out at this one spot. Last time I was here was with Justin about a month ago, and it really wasn't green here at all. So I'm back in here today. It is extremely smoky. The entire state of Montana, pretty much western Montana, is full of smoke right now, coming from Canada, from the wildfires up there. So visibility is super slim. Really sucks. So I'm really limited to where I can go. This side of Montana seemed to have a little bit less smoke, according to the map. So I'm not really sure if I'm seeing that or not, but I figured I'll come back in here. Looked really promising. If the smoke does clear out a little bit, I can see pretty far, so give it a shot. But it's about 77 degrees out. Extremely hot. I'm sweating just standing in the sunlight. So any kind of bear over here is probably way up at the top on the shade of the north side, or sitting in a creek right now. So, and there's a lot of water in this basin. I think there's water running here year round. So I guess my plan is to head up to the top of the mountain where the water starts, the head of the creek or whatever you'd call that, and sit till dark essentially. Justin works at the tannery. He said that he got a few bears in, and all the people shot the bears right at dark. So that just proves that the bears aren't coming out because it's so hot until it gets dark, then they pop out. So that's the plan. If I would have sat and waited till dark on that other mountain, I probably would have gotten that bear, but sadly I bumped him. But press on, keep going. This is what we do. This is all part of hunting. It's a hot day, but bears still exist, so I'm gonna try to find one. See the whole canyon all at once, and if I could, I'm probably too far away from any individual area. So if a bear comes out, 9 o'clock or whatever it is, I won't be able to shoot it, but at least I'd know where there'd be a bear to come in the morning. It is way too hot. It is like 70 some degrees out here. 77 is what it told me last time. So it's like 78, 77 in the shade. Way too hot. I'm taking like shade breaks every 5 minutes. 4 or 5 minutes. Walk 5 minutes and then take a break for 5 in the shade because I'm way too hot. I'm getting dizzy out here. Plus it's smoky. I don't think that's helping me at all. I don't know if it's hurting the bears, but it's not helping them, that's for sure. So they might not be moving much in this either. I can barely move in this. So I'm not too sure what to do, just kind of waiting until it gets cold out. Flicking ticks off me left and right. No bears. I sat there for about 4.5 hours, calling and waiting, calling and glassing. Nothing ever showed up. I saw that bear for probably a total of 3 seconds through the binos, and maybe like 8 seconds without the binos. I mean, I looked up that mountain and I'm thinking, man, that's a south-facing slope. They've got to be on there. And then I was like, well, it's way too hot. It's way too hot for them to be on the south-facing slope right now. I need to turn around and look at the north side. And I just like didn't know where to go and didn't know what to do. I just stood there, just stopped there in the shade, and just started trying to make a plan. Best thing I could think of, best case scenario, what I should do. I just decided to look at that mountain one last time. I just turned my head and just saw a black figure running through the, not running, but speed walking down that face. At first I was wondering if it was just like a rock or a deer or something else. Probably got to see it for like 3 seconds and I knew it was a bear. So I grabbed the binos, got to see it for another 3 seconds through the binos, and then I was like, well, I gotta get a video. So I put the binos down, grabbed the camera. By the time I got it set up, which wasn't very by the time I got it set up, which wasn't very long, that bear was out of the opening into the timber. So I don't think that bear smelled me or knew I was there, but who knows? Bears will do bear things. Now I got a long hike ahead of me in the dark, probably 3 some miles, maybe 3 more miles from here. This is why you get a good headlamp. You're going to be hunting along, especially in Grizz country, which I'm not sure if this is or not. Which is why I don't generally call, because there could be grizzlies anywhere. There's always a grizzly in a spot they didn't think there was. So, but got a long hike ahead of me, so let's get to it. Well, made my way back for the most part. I think I still got about a mile to go. It's almost pitch black. It's okay. There might be grizzlies here, but that's alright. Pretty slim chance they're gonna be right here. But yeah, I'm making my way back. I'm just sweating. Man, did I sweat today. But you know what? Saw a bear. That means I picked a good spot. It means I know what bears want and need. So I'm not sure if I'm coming back in here or not because I can't find a really good way to sit and glass that hillside that bear was on, and plus he was really making a move on it, so he might not even been hanging out on that hillside and just passing through. So I'm not really sure what to do, but I'll sleep on it. I'll sleep in again and probably go out tomorrow, maybe somewhere else, maybe same spot from a different side. I don't know yet, but all in all, a good day in the mountains, and in bear country. So I just gotta hike back out of bear country and drive all the way down the mountain, and then all the way home, which is about an hour. So I'll get home pretty late tonight. More than an hour, dang. My Nightcore headlamp must have died or something because I pulled it out of the backpack today on the hike back and it just would not turn on. No matter what I pressed, it was just like nobody was home. So this is exactly why you guys carry a backup headlamp. I got mine on me right now. Got it on the back of the backpack flashing red. It was fully charged last I remember using it. So maybe the heat, maybe a little bit of cold, I don't know. Something must have zapped the battery a little bit. So I was charging my phone because it was already under 20% and plugged it into the headlamp, which is why you also have a rechargeable headlamp. And finally turned on some LED lights on the side and kind of showed the status of its charge. It was like 3.2 volts is what it showed, which is pretty discharged for one of these headlamps. Should be about 4.7 fully charged, so definitely discharged. So I hiked out without it for probably a mile while I had it on the charger, and now it's too dark to hike without it. So but that's why I have a backup headlamp, and my backup to the backup is my phone flashlight. So if you're going to be doing anything by yourself, especially in bear country, especially in grizzly country, definitely have reliable lights, because things happen in the mountains and you do not want to get stuck 3 miles back, 3.5 miles back, because you can't hike if you can't see. Got to that spot that I took Nick to a few weekends ago. It's a lot greener in here now. Not much for snow. There was quite a bit of snow here, but a lot higher elevation than I was at yesterday starting out, so should be cooler up here. I still see a lot of snow on the mountains behind me. little bit lower, but an hour spent out here already, and I'm just sitting here getting cold. Well, the sun is pretty much setting now. I think I'm gonna start making my way back to the Jeep because I am frozen. The wind just will not stop. I guess I'm going to try to make my way back to the Jeep. Yeah, I don't really have much of a choice, so I'm going to start working my way back. Crazy what the weather can do. So I just went out for a drive. Today's May 26th, cutting it right down to the wire. But went for a drive, glassed this mountain in every direction I could find, and so far no bears. Except on the way back down, I glassed over some of those openings on the other mountain, and I just found a bear. It's about 1.5 miles away. It's a good ways away, and I think it's on land I could access, not entirely public, but like logging land. So I'm gonna figure out a way to get over there, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, see how close I can get to that bear, because at this point I'm pretty desperate to shoot anything. So looks like a good bear, but that's a heck of a ways away. Whew. Well, finally some action. Okay, I am hustling down the mountain right now, trying to make it over to the other side so I can start hiking up an old trail or logging road or something. I'm not sure what it is, but Onyx shows a little path, so I'm gonna try to hike along the path as far as I can, and then it looks like I have to get off the path and probably hike up the mountain bushwhacking for 200 yards or so if I want to get above it. Not entirely sure what that country looks like, but looks like that's what I got to do. So just judging by where that bear is staying for the last half an hour, looks like it's probably gonna stay there, and I just need to get above it to get a decent view of it. So that's the best thing I could come up with. Okay, I'm heading out. I'm not sure how much I have to go. Maybe 2.5 miles, which I can do in an hour. And the ground is wet, so it's pretty quiet. Perfect setup today. And it's not hot, not cold. I love it. Just gotta make it happen. Some miles to go, so it's probably gonna get dark. No bear. Never saw it when I got over to this side. I did remember hearing some kind of sound right as I broke over the top. I just thought something sounded different. Something sounded off. And I'm wondering if that was that bear spooking off and running off or something. I just heard something that made me question what it was. And well, I waited till 9:30. Got a view from the bottom of that opening. Kind of hiked around the knob on a lower road and looked up and waited till 9:30. Nothing came back, so I spooked out that bear probably. I mean, I did, because I called and nothing ever showed up. So this area might be a no-go for a few days or weeks, I don't know. I'll come back here probably tomorrow morning and try to glass it again from where I glassed it the first time today. And if it's still here, then I'll make another plan of attack to come back, but I'm guessing it probably won't be back tomorrow. I might have to give it a few days or weeks, I don't know. So I have a couple other spots. I'm gonna hit it hard, you know. This season is kicking my butt, but I'm gonna give it all I got. Hopefully I don't get attacked by these 4 mountain lions down here in the bottom, in the dark. But I got the headlamp, so it should be alright. Well, just got past the spot where the 4 mountain lions were, so didn't get attacked, so that's good. I still got about 2 more miles to go. Crazy. I'm almost back to the car. It's about 10:45 right now, almost 11 o'clock. Still hiking. Don't have that much left, but got past where all the mountain lions were, all 4 of them. Didn't get attacked, so that's good. This just makes me appreciate having a Glock 10mm with 16 rounds. Because imagine if you had like a little 6-shot revolver, 5-shot revolver, or some kind of small semi-automatic 7, 8, 9-shot. Might not be enough for 4 mountain lions. Really gets me thinking that you really should be prepared for literally anything. Those mountain lions were not small by any means. I think they were all about the size of the one I shot a few years back. So yeah, almost back. Another good day in the bear woods. Hopefully next time I go out it's just as much action or more. I don't know if that's going to be tomorrow or sometime this weekend, next weekend, I don't know, but running out of time. Hopefully I can make something happen. Back out. Not much more time left. Well, nothing has shown up to the call. Been sitting here for probably 45 minutes now. Haven't seen any sign of wildlife. No bears, no deer, no lions, nothing. I walked over to where I glassed up the bear at the other day and didn't see it, so I might have spooked it off for good, or it's just too hot to come out today till dark. So I'll sit here till about 8:30, and then I'm gonna start hiking back to the car and glance back at that one hill again and see if I can find that bear again. But if so, then I'll go after it tomorrow. But if not, tomorrow's the last day for season around here. Montana has a few late season units So I might have to consider one of those. It's been a tough season. Can't say I didn't put in the time or the effort. I don't know if I've ever hunted this hard to feel attacked before. I guess it ain't just about putting skins on the wall and antlers on the shelf. Look at this country right here. This is just gorgeous. Beautiful country. It's cool. At least I got to see a lot of bears. Got to see a lot of mountain lions. Found a lot of elk. Found a lot of mule deer. I think I saw 2 whitetail bucks this morning. Found a mule deer buck last time I was up here. Early season, found a whole bunch of bull elk. And cow elk too. So, it's been fun. But I'm not done yet. I'll still keep pushing on. Well, just glassed up another bear about 2 miles away. Won't be able to make that one tonight. We're just working our way down this mountain a little bit, calling, hoping something comes back out. A lot of good country. We're just surrounded by good country right now. A lot of potential. Out here on my left, I glassed up that big bear, and now there's a mountain in front that I just glassed up a bear, so we're in bear country for sure. Okay, so I just got to a new spot. This is kind of last-ditch effort because season's over in most of Montana. There's only a few units that are still open for a couple weeks, and I've never hunted in any of these units before. Have no idea where to go, so I just opened Onyx last night and looked around a good bit and found a spot that I thought could be promising, so I put a pin on it. Then I texted Justin and I said, "Hey, look at all the units that are open right now, and send me a pin. Where do you think I should go?" And he texted me a pin, literally the exact same canyon that I picked out. And I had no idea. I never told him, and I had no idea he was ever here. But he said he's seen a bear in this canyon last year. So the spot it is. He said it's steep, bring trekking poles. So let's see what we can come up with. I'm having to take so many breaks and just cool off. I'm finally in the shade, so it's helping a little bit. But a little lower, I started elk calling. Maybe hoping to call something in, and I'm not really happy with the sound that call is making, and I can't really make it sound good, so I should have brought a different call, but I don't know. Promising country. I'm a little low. I want to get higher. Somewhere like, he marked it somewhere on this hillside. Crick in the bottom is really loud, so I'm wondering if the bears didn't hear my calls. I glassed up one mule deer right off the bat, just as soon as I got out into the open a little bit, threw the binos up and glassed up a mule deer. So definitely things living here. I've kind of started to associate mule deer with bears. So if I see a mule deer, it's a good sign. I'm dying. This stuff is way too steep, way too slippery. All the rocks are loose, the ground's loose. Just can't walk on this stuff. Can't walk on it like something with 4 legs can. I'm dying. It's so hot. Well, I just glassed up a bear about a half hour ago. Literally like on the same mountain, on the same finger ridge that I had marked as a good potential bear spot. Problem is he's way up at the top and there's a big creek between us, huge drop down and a huge climb back up. I don't think I can make that today. So either come back tomorrow, or I'm hoping that he's actually making his way down to water, because I can meet him down at the water. But he was making his way through the trees and somehow I lost him. So I'm trying to find him again. If I can confirm he's making it down to water and there's no water in between the 2 finger ridges and he's coming all the way down to the bottom, then I'm making a run for it. I'm gonna go down a ways and try to get to like 400, 300 yards and maybe wait for a shot. I don't know. But yeah, exciting. I finally saw another bear. So definitely a good spot. It's just really, really hard to hike through here and find bears and get to them because there's no trails, there's no roads. It is super steep. The ground is just loose, just sliding from under my feet. But we're going to try to make it work. We're going to try to make something happen. That looked like a big bear. A bear that lives in here like that probably is a pretty big bear. So, whew, my heart's racing. So I did find that bear again and confirmed my suspicions. It's a sow with a cub. Beautiful sow. Black or brownish kind of colors all over her. Chocolate. I don't know what she is, but the sun just makes her just shine. And she's got a black colored cub with her. So that means she's off limits. The cub's off limits. So I glassed for about another half hour. Can't find any more bears right here, so I turned about 90 degrees glassing what I started glassing this morning, or afternoon I should say, and hopefully pick up something else, something that I can go after. So I'm gonna have to leave that sow and cub to live their life this year and maybe come back next year. Hopefully not. Hopefully I shoot something before season gets this tight, but it is what it is. That means I've already had 8 bear sightings. That's pretty good. That's the most I've ever had in the season. So awesome day. Got to see some bears. I know I'm in a good spot. I mean, I literally put a waypoint on that hill and she was just about, 500, 800 yards away from the pin. So my e-scouting is definitely paying off. I'm definitely learning what bears like and what they don't like. Now it's just a matter of time to find one. So I got a couple hours. I was thinking of probably heading back down to the car about 8 o'clock because I don't want to get stuck here in the dark. Everything is just super loose. All the ground, all the rocks and the dirt and stuff is just super loose. If I'm just dead set on a bear that's coming down, I know it's coming down, maybe I'll wait a little bit longer, but I don't want to be hiking back down in all this with a headlamp and in the dark. So sadly, but gotta do what you gotta do. I want to not break my ankle today. So good day to be out in the woods though. Making my way back down the mountain. Just looking around, looking for sheds. for any bear sign, really. Anything interesting. I'm trying to get a better view of this one canyon that when I was up there at the top I couldn't see anymore, so I'm trying to head back down so I can get a kind of wrap around a little bit so I can get a better view of this one hillside. I climbed up to the ridge and over to kind of get a view of the drainage opposite from me, and there was no view of a drainage because there's way too many trees. I got to a point where I could see more of the hillside I wanted to see, and another hillside I guess I didn't really realize I didn't see very well, but I got to see that too. And no bears yet, so the mosquitoes are starting to come out. It's been lovely all day without any mosquitoes, so I'll sit around here for a little bit more till it gets a little darker, maybe dangerously dark, because I gotta hike back in the thick stuff down at the bottom. It's not fun at all. Can't see anything. But I don't want to leave yet and maybe miss a big bear coming out. I don't know. The conundrum, the great conundrum.
This season was unlike any season I've ever had. I pushed myself harder than I ever have, and have been rewarded with views of nature and sightings of animals that most people will never see in their lifetime. However, I still went home empty-handed, with an intact bear tag still burning a hole in my pocket. Nonetheless, I am satisfied with the effort I have put forth and the rewards I have reaped. In total, I had 8 bear sightings. Maybe one more would have been the last. I guess I'll never know. But this is what keeps me coming back to fight with that wild mountain. One day, I might beat it again, and my bear tag is still good for Montana's fall bear season.